Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises due unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do rule and teach well and are a great example to the body of Yahweh Shai. All right. And as you can see, the title of the video is Gas Hyperinflating? And the simple answer to that is yes. All right. Because just around my way, gas like 2 days ago was, I believe, $3.73 for regular. And now it jumped 20 cents within 2 days, and it just jumped overnight because yesterday the gas was like $3.87, I believe. Now it's 1 cent away from like $4. All right. So this is what you're seeing is a rapid increase in the rise of, fuel. All right. And, I'm not going to make this lesson too long because, we've been, bringing this out for quite some time, even way back last year when they was talking about all the, ships being docked up at the ports. All right. We was saying that, gas inflation was going to take place even then. All right. So here it is, man, March 4th. All right. Gas is pretty much, $4 at the national average. Okay. So the title of the article is Gas Prices Surge Overnight. Biggest jump since Hurricane Katrina. U.S. gas prices are surging at pace drivers haven't seen since Hurricane Katrina in 2005. The national average price for a gallon of regular gas stood at $3.84 a gallon Friday, according to AAA. That is the highest price since September 2012 and 11 cents higher than Thursday. That's exactly what I was saying. Thursday gas was like, around me, $3.87. Now it's 1 cent away from $4, man. So overnight, this thing jumped up that high. All right. And hey, this trend is only going to continue, man. But continuing on, it says gas prices have soared 18 cents since Wednesday and 29 cents since Russia's invasion of Ukraine 8 days ago. Each of those increases marks the largest price hikes since Hurricane Katrina slammed into the U.S. Gulf Coast in 2005, devastating the nation's oil and gas industry, according to the Oil Price Information Service, which collects data from 140,000 gas stations nationwide for AAA's price averages. With prices rising so rapidly, a national average of $4 a gallon, as well as the record $4.11 set in 2008, will probably be reached soon. And they saying, yeah, it is going to be reached soon. I say within the way things are going right now, I say that'll be surpassed within the next 2 days. No doubt. The way things are going now, hey, that'll be surpassed within the next 2 days. Reading on, it says, this is not the end of it. We are already up another 14 cents on wholesale gas prices this morning, said Tom Closer, global head of energy analysis for Opus. He said the wholesale gas price increases are likely to be passed on to consumers in short order. It's absolutely out of control, he said. The average price a year ago was $2.75 a gallon, as prices were still recovering from the plunge that occurred early in the pandemic. Stay-at-home orders and business shutdowns slashed demand for gasoline. The average household uses about 90 gallons a month, said Closer. So a 109 increase a month, a 109 increase in gas prices costs that household about $98 a month, or just less than $1,200 over the course of a year. All right. And ever since Joe Biden, ever since the U.S. slapped all these sanctions upon Russia for invading Ukraine, really within the past 8 days, you've been seeing these prices jump up astronomically. All right. To the point now where, people haven't seen this type of increase in gas in a very long time. All right. To where, so much so to the point where, the average price of gas has jumped 20 cents within the past 2 days. So like I said, if this trend keeps continuing, then no doubt gas will be at $5 by the end of next week. All right. And for diesel is already pretty much $5. It's like $4.87 for for diesel, which a lot of these truckers use. All right, so with the higher cost in fuel and natural gas, everything around the board is pretty much going to go up. All right, because the extra price that truckers have to pay for gas, all right, the airplanes have to use to fly around, all right, as these things steady increase, the cost of living and also the cost to do very basic things such as travel, import, export, okay, everything is going to increase exponentially, all right? And what we're seeing right now, gas is really, hyperinflating. Now, it's not that drastic of a hyperinflation, but nonetheless, this is a, minimal amount of hyperinflation because, this thing is basically jumping up by the hour. Now, you don't see that price go up until the next day. But hey, like it said in the article, overnight, these prices are jumping 10, 11 cents, right? So, hey, man, hyperinflation is definitely, it's not just going to be limited to gas. It's going to be limited to everything, all right? To food, all right? Natural gas, heating and cooling for your home, you know what I'm saying? And, different things of that nature. Like, it's really going to come to a point where you might go to the supermarket one day and you know what I'm saying? Like, you might get a box of cereal for, I don't know what, like $4, something like that. And then a couple hours later, 2-3 hours later, that same box of cereal that you paid $4 for, it's going to jump up to $15. And by the end of the day, that same box of cereal might be $40, man. So these are the times that we're coming into. This is the times that we're approaching. All right. And hey, Americans have never experienced nothing like this. Okay. And this is going to affect everybody. Okay. Across the board, it's going to affect everybody. All right. And we've, the prophets, and numerous, insiders have been warning for the longest time that, hey, hyperinflation is coming. The collapse is coming. Really it started with this whole supply chain, but now it's been exacerbated with this Russia, Ukraine conflict. All right. Which this is all set up by the elites to really crash, this whole, world system and bring about their NWO, which is going to bring about the MOTB. If you don't know what the MOTB is by now, read Revelation 13th chapter. All right. All of that is outlined there. But, this is all strategic to break down this current supply chain system, man. All right. And they've been gradually doing this thing really since 2020. All right. But now they're at the point where they're ready to move on to the next phase and they're ready to crash this thing completely. All right. So very soon with these high, rise in prices, with this high rise in prices, okay, things are not going to be able to keep up. And there's going to be seditions among men. People are going to be uprising, protesting. All right. They're going to, want to get Biden out of this White House. But, hey, the damage has already been done. The damage is already being done, man. So, all these higher prices, hey, life is about to be really hard, man. Reality is about to set in for a lot of people. All right. All of the luxuries, all of the wants that you once had, hey, you're going to have to prioritize. All right. So you going out of town every weekend or you going out to eat, every other day, you're going to have to start cooking more. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to scale back traveling because now you're in the mindset to where you got to save money, to where now things are so high and expensive. You don't have all that expendable income to just do what you want to do willy-nilly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now you're really going to have to prioritize your life and you really set things up. And on top of that, people got bills, you know what I'm saying? You got rent, you got car insurance, you got car payments, you got, Wi-Fi bill, cable, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Phone bill and whatever other little expenses that you may have to take care of. But now it's going to be, okay, what do I need versus what do I want? You know what I'm saying? And, it's going to be like, you're going to have to choose, do I put gas in my car to get to work or do I not have food up in the house? It's going to come down to that, man. It's going to come down to that very, very soon because a lot of people, hey, they're going to be feeling the pinch of this whole supply chain crisis. All right. So reading on with the article, let me see what else is. Okay, so it says when you get increases this quick and this dramatic, you really scald the public, he said. California's statewide average jumped 13 cents overnight to 5.07 a gallon. See that? So, hey, yesterday gas was, below $4. Now it's 5.07 a gallon for 1 gallon of gas. So for 2 gallons of gas in California, you paying over $10, man. You see? So to fill up, let's say that the average car holds about 15 to 18 gallons. Hey, you're going to be paying over $100 just to fill up your tank. You see? So hard times is here, making it the first state ever to have a average price above $5 a gallon. There are now 9 states, California, Hawaii, Nevada, Oregon, Washington, Alaska, Illinois, New York, and Pennsylvania, where the price average is already over $4 a gallon, with New York and Pennsylvania crossing the $4 mark with the latest reading. Okay, and this is all, due to those sanctions that was placed upon Russia, because Russia is a huge supplier of natural gas and energy, okay, mainly oil. Okay, I did an article the other day. It said that Russia produces over 10 million barrels of oil a day. So when that's not being, exported due to sanctions, hey, what you think gonna happen? All right, but like I said, this is all strategic. This is all planned, because America and NATO and the EU, they could have easily gone to war against Russia, if they was that concerned. But, really what's happening is Ukraine is just being used as a scapegoat, as a puppet to further the agenda of the world banking elites. All right, because through this war, through this conflict with Ukraine, what they do is they go in and they slap sanctions, which is really a grounds for war, because now you're destroying the Russian economy. All right. And I think over there in Russia right now, they saying that, whatever currency that they have over there, that's worth less than 1 American cent. All right. So, hey, now their currency is completely worthless. All right. And you have people, lined up in droves over there trying to get into them banks and get their money out. All right. But it's really no point to get your money out, because now your money is not worth anything. You see? So, hey, this has all been orchestrated by the world banking elites to do what? To crash the global economy. All right. Because Russia supplies energy and oil to many, many nations. All right. So when hyperinflation takes place, which is happening right now, all right, there's, people are not going to be able to, deal with it. All right. So, hey, people are actually going to want a new system where they get a, damn, I just had it on my mind. What's the name of that? What's the name of it? Universal basic income. Yeah, people are going to want universal basic income, which means that the government basically gives you an allotted, amount of money a month to, do what you got to do. But at the same time, they're going to be putting all this carbon footprint, and, they're going to give you a social credit score and all this other BS. So this is what's coming, man. This is all strategic. All right. So it goes on talking about the average price, whatever. But real quick, let's go ahead and, look up the definition of hyperinflation. All right, because, hey, this is, a lot of people think hyperinflation is a joke, but you've seen it happen with the gas. All right. Hyperinflation definition: monetary inflation occurring at a very high rate. Right. So like the example I gave earlier, you can get a box of cereal, for $3 to $4, and by the end of the day, that same box of cereal can jump to $40. All right, that's rapid hyperinflation. All right, so what you're seeing with the gas right now, it's not that drastic of a jump. Now, I don't know. I mean, hey, right now gas is pretty much on average for the past 2 to 3 days. It's been rising 10 cents a gallon. So who knows? Maybe it could jump even more. Maybe one day it could jump 50 cents. Hey, we just don't know. But the point is that hyperinflation is occurring with the gas. And very soon it's going to happen in all aspects of society. Things are going to get so expensive to where you cannot, people's wages are not rising to deal with the inflation of everything around them. All right. So hence why, it tells you in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, that there shall be seditions among men, that they're not going to regard their kings nor princes, because at that point, people are going to lose complete faith in the government, because it's like, what the hell are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, prices are so high. Like, why are we at war with Ukraine? Because they're going to understand that this is all coming from these global wars, man, which the common people are not a part of these wars. OK, this really has this has nothing to do with the common man. OK, all of these wars that are being fought, these are wars of the global elite bankers, man. All right. They're the ones that benefit. The common people always suffer when it's wartime. OK, because you got to be shipped overseas. You have to, no doubt there's going to be a draft. They're going to have a draft. People going to, rebel against that. OK, so, hey, it's going to be all out hell out here, man. It's going to be all out hell. All right. So that's hyperinflation. All right. A very drastic and high increase of the general cost of goods and services in a very small amount of time, very short amount of time, right? Whereas inflation is a gradual increase of that same price of goods and services over an extended period of time. Okay, so this is exactly what we're seeing. All right, so now this is 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, and I'm gonna start at 16. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. Woe is me, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? All right. And this is going to be the mind state of majority of people. OK, especially, those that do not have their eyes on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. OK, this is going to be their mindset. Woe is me. OK, people are going to be in that woe is me lamentation spirit. All right. And I'm going to jump down verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Okay, so when gas was $2 a gallon, when you could go to the store and get a full, cart of food for $200, okay, people thought that everything was good. People thought that things would always be this way. Okay, not being mindful of the scourges, not being mindful of the times that we living in, that we are in the last days. Okay, the prophecy is right now is turning up, man. All right, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Okay, so while all these things are going on, sword, famine, and great confusion, people are not going to be aware. They just going to be so caught up in all these victuals, all these things that they can buy, all the places that they can go. You know what I'm saying? That they're not even going to be mindful of the scourges, man. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. All right. So, hey, in the times to come, very soon to come, like I said, food is going to go astronomical, man. Food is about to go crazy. All right. And it's going to be a lot of hunger, a lot of famine and starvation. All right. But even if you escape that, okay, the sword is going to destroy you, man. All right. And this is not for those that serve Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. These things are coming upon the earth for the wicked, man. Okay. The wicked 2/3 of our people and these other nations. That's who this judgment is coming for. All right. So, hey, that's why you got to stay on point during this time and continue to, put in this work for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. Lest this judgment come and consume you, man. All right. Now, let's see. Let me get Revelation 6, okay? Revelation 6, verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. All right. So, people going to be paying a full day's wages for 1 measure of wheat, which is basically nothing. All right. 1 measure of wheat is, is not even enough to last you for that whole day. You know what I'm saying? Barely. You know what I'm saying? So you would have to stretch that for your whole day's wages, man. And 3 measures of barley for a penny. All right. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. All right. Which oil and wine, especially in ancient times and even today, are very, very valuable commodities. All right. And oil and wine is not cheap. Okay. Oil and wine is very expensive. Like you go to the store and try to pick up a bottle of olive oil, you paying over $10. Okay. Just for a bottle of, olive oil. Okay. Wine, depending on what kind of wine that you're drinking. Like if you buy some nice, expensive, fancy wine, you're going to be paying a lot for that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you can buy the cheaper wine that gets you drunk the same way. But it all depends on what kind of taste you got, man. But nonetheless, okay, people are going to be paying a full day's wages just for the basic necessities of living. Okay, it's going to come a point where you go to the store and you pick up probably 10 to 14 items and, you paying over $200. All right. Whereas years ago, you could go in the store and get a full cart of goods and items for that same price. All right. So, we in the times where things are changing, man, where things are not going to go back to how they was. Okay. This is the end of America. This is the end of Babylon the Great. All right. And the end is manifest. And let me get this last precept in Isaiah 3. All right. I'm going to start at verse 2. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. All right. Verse 4. And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. All right. So, this is what's coming for the wicked. This is what's coming for Babylon the Great, America. All right. Destruction, the end of this wicked kingdom, man. All right. So that's why hyperinflation is occurring. That's why wars and rumors of wars are coming to pass. All right. Because we are in a time of prophecy turning up and finally, accomplishing, what was written of by the prophets. All right. This is the time that we in, man. And it's very important in this time that you be circumspect and be aware and continue to watch the signs that's going on within the earth. Okay. Don't go back to sleep. Don't be deceived by, whatever folly and whatever nonsense that's going on. Because, at this point, that ain't even important. You know what I'm saying? Like the times we living in now, these are very serious times. So you got to stay on top of your, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to be on your watch. You know what I'm saying? You got to be on that watchtower looking out, constantly looking, constantly, watching the news, watching other brothers that, bringing out information, man. Because, if you out of the loop in this time, you going to be destroyed. All right. Because you can't afford to be in la la land in these times, man. Like you got to have your head on a swivel at all times to know what's going on, to know what's coming, and to prepare yourself, spiritually, most importantly, for what's coming. All right. And these videos that we do, these videos is not easy. You know what I'm saying? Like these videos is not like you plan it out, you write it on a piece of paper and you know what I'm saying, you just come and just do it like that. Nah, like we not reading from no teleprompter when we do these lessons, man. This is all through the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. So the fact that brothers are even able to come out here and do this on a daily basis, you know what I'm saying, that just gives testimony of the spirit that, we are indeed the mouthpieces of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, coming to warn the people, thus saith the Lord, of what is to come. All right. So, it's best you take heed and prepare yourself spiritually as best as you possibly can. Give that diligence to the Lord in this time, man, because, we very close and our salvation is nearer than when we believed. All right. So I'm going to end it right there. Hopefully your lesson was edifying through the Rakah Kadash. Call Elohim La, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, B'Shem Rakah Kadash. All right, Kam Yasha Allah, and a Bible Ball.